Team Fortress 2. Published by Valve Corporation, is a class-based first-person shooter multiplayer video game. Wow, that is a mouthful. The game came out on Orange Box as a compilation game on the December 11th, 2007, and is shown to be a huge hit. The basics of the game is Team v Team format with the 9 different types of classes with their own advantages and weakness over each class. That means I can succeed and fail at the same time. What are the odds, right? Hey, what's up?
Hey, Randomguy here. Just waiting on you, buddy.
Well, it's kinda hard to make a video when you're making crunching sounds. I mean, come on, man. Anyway, I was about to do an introduction to the first class about the heavy. If you want to do that, that's fine. What do you think, Random?
Well, I'm thinking about sandwiches.
Well, alrighty. Your floor then.
The heavy is one of the most noticeable and memorable characters the game offers. Armed with a huge minigun that guns down his enemies, effectively turning the tide. Though the slowest of the 9 classes, he has the most HP out front, a whopping 300 HP, but a sitting duck if you are predictable. The Russian tank carries a shotgun, good for mid to close range, and as for melee, he punches people out cold, like Punch Out.
I see what you did there. You did the punch out like his fist. Oh, man.
And if the heavy is hurt or any other classes, head over to the medic, or just yell out medic, and we'll be over there in a jiffy.
Oh yeah, Adam, tell him about the medic, man.
Thank you, mate. The medic has his special healing gun called the Medigun that is meant to heal his allies that are taking heavy firepower and heavies as well, leading to a fully charged Medigun called an Uber that has allowed the medic to pop or start an Uber, which is then will lead to make the person he's healing invulnerable from all types of attacks, from melee to, well, everything in between. If those offensive medics, they would turn to their primary weapons, the syringe gun, to eliminate any unwanted obstacles in his way, and with a close to mid-range development, leading to his melee for a well stab of course. What do you expect? To me, the medic is the most best class there is this game has to offer, and I rest my case here.
Yeah, no one plays medic anymore, ya noobs.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Random. Medics get attacked first. Alright guys, let's knock this off the park by getting the rest of these characters out of the way. Anyway, scouts are quick and agile, they can jump twice. Because of this, he is the main for getting into things and getting out of trouble in a flash. He also is the only one who can capture base or points faster than any other class. Although all of this is true, he has very low HP, 125 HP is his base, but with his shotgun and his main weapon, as well as a bat as his melee and a secondary pistol, he is quite a threat. Now the Demoman, bombs, bombs, and more bombs. He has a grenade launcher to close to mid-range, and if you're feeling sneaky and waiting to surprise the enemies, he also has a sticky bomb launcher. As the name goes, the Demoman can stick his bombs onto walls and surprisingly ambush his enemies when they come around the corner. He also uses drinking habits as a melee.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
A bottle. Come on, guys, you know this stuff. The bottle from Demoman that uses the alcohol as his problems and he drinks. Come on, he's an alcoholic. Anyone? Reikuen, just go ahead already.
Anyways, the soldier is one of the best offensive classes as far as damage is involved. He wields a rocket launcher to literally make his enemies go, well, everywhere. His range is superior all around from shooting near range around him for those pesky scouts.
You what, mate?
He is capable of dealing damage almost as effectively mid-range for Demomans and rivaling soldiers, and for far range for those aimbot Randomguy wannabe snipers. On the same note, for shooting near him, he also can perform a maneuver called rocket jumping, which allows the soldier to become one of the most mobile classes behind Scout, just because he can zoom across the map just by shooting at his feet at an angle. Rocket jumping gives the soldier a massive speed boost vertically and horizontally at the cost of HP. If you happen to run out of rockets, no need to fear. The soldier also has a secondary shotgun that is capable to deal tons of damage due to, well, it's a shotgun. Another use for the shotgun is to take out a specific class that Adam will talk about later down the line, so the soldier will get smoked. And the most effective melee in the world, a shovel? At least it's better than your fist. Oh wait, shovel, my bad.
The funny thing is, the soldier never went to the army. The sniper is a pure pro incarnation of awesomeness, who I believe is the most balanced class. Depending on your playstyle, the sniper can be a sneaky son of a gun, or an all-out in-your-face offensive class. He carries a single-shot sniper rifle, which is decent in close range, good for medium range, no scoping, and long-range probe quickscopes, a secondary SMG for closer range, and a kukri knife used for those pesky close encounters.
Speaking of butt-stabbing knives, the Spy is a class dependent on stealth and deceiving the other team. He is capable of taking out the opposite team from behind enemy lines, giving his team the major advantage when progressing. The Spy's main tool is his watch. No, he's not wearing a suit and a watch just to look fancy. His watch allows him to go invisible. This does not give him complete invisibility, however. The Spy shows himself whenever he is either touched, shot at, wet, or of course on fire. If you were able to dodge all those situations, you were able to sneak around the enemy with a knife and come in for a backstab, doing a whopping infinite damage upon backstabbing. If all fails, however, the Spy also wields a revolver to pick off anyone wishing to trail him just enough to cloak and get away. If you think going invisible was already too good, then you're wrong. The Spy has a disguise kit allowing him to further conceal himself from the opposite team. He can disguise as any of the 9 classes, giving himself the identity of one of the enemy. But watch out, every weakness he has on invisibility still applies when disguising, and this can easily give you away. He can also disguise himself as his own teammate, but just why? Tired of those sentries wiping out your team upon passing the corner? Good, because the Spy has a zapper that are able to disable abilities until they are no longer a problem, unless the engineer decides to whack the zapper off. Speaking of which, Adam?
The best defensive class there is, and just a little bit more guns can change a battle. Created the sentry gun, created by his world-famous French that seems to build anything just by hitting the same area. And earned the title Bane of Hightower. I wonder why. The engineer is a bullseye for defensive play to mow down the bullets hunger enemies, and even supported dispensers are in his line of building. Healing his allies replenishes their ammos even during dire situations. He has a wrench. As long as he has metal, he can upgrade his buildings to level 3, giving a better efficiency to dispensers and teleporters, and faster firing rate for his sentries. And did I mention rockets do that too? There's rockets in there. If you have spare metal, any buildings get damaged by the enemies, the engineer can repair any friendly buildings at the cost of some metal. Are you trying to walk? It's kind of lame. Why not ask the engineer to build a teleporter for you, allowing his team to cross a great distance? Just remember, it's a one-way deal, so no going back if it gets rough in the front lines. The engineer has a shotgun for his base damage away from his sentry, and a pistol for taking out of range enemies. Okie dokie, all that's left is the Pyro. The Pyro, aka the Sprayer of Sprays, has a flamethrower equipped for his primary that allows him
to burn his enemies with blistering heat of flames, to watch them burn down to ashes to finish them off so they can live with the shotgun to break the enemy to its core, and then suffer the axe straight to the skull.
Whoa, where did that come from?
Sorry. I won't do that again. Anyway, the Pyro is a flamethrower for close range. Most skillful people use the flamethrower to check for spies. The shotgun is in use for if the flamethrower cannot reach a certain area, and his axe is melee.
But those are just the stock weapons for all the classes. For the consoles, you can only use stock weapons, but for the PC, you can use other weapons that you find or trade. One of these examples are the Sandwich. If the Heavy uses the Sandwich, he can heal himself 50 HP or throw it to heal his allied friends. Or use a Sandman for the Scout that replaces his old bat and gives him a ball to stun enemies. But he loses 15 HP, so make it count. But you see, the main reason why people love this game is not the choices of weapons, but that is a big part of it. It's the hats. And we're going to talk about the marketplace. But that's all we have for today. If you like this channel, please help us out and subscribe and like this video. Thank you very much. And Taraabc out. I'm going to go outside, try to jump twice. Hopefully I don't break my leg. See you guys.